What's going on, guys? I'm the Maha Mechanic, and today we're going to be overhauling all the exterior lights on this Porsche 944. So, let's get into it. So, when I say overhauling all the lights, what I really mean is swapping all of them over to LED, mainly, and replacing all marker lights with LEDs, the fog lights with LEDs, rear marker lights, lights for the turn signals, and license plate lights. So yeah, let's get cracking. So I'm gonna start out with probably the most complicated of all of these, which is the fog lights. As you can see here, they're not in there because this just came back from the paint shop. Looking nice. But anyway, the fog lights are not in the front and balance piece. So I've ordered new ones from Porsche, and we'll be installing them in our holes here. So let's go get them. So as you can see here are the part numbers if you're looking for new ones of these. They weren't too terribly expensive. I'd say they were pretty expensive, but straight from Porsche. This one is going to be the passenger side, I believe, just because of the way it's pointed, and hella is up on that one. That one will be the driver's side. So let's get these things open. They don't have bulbs in them right now, so I got my friends from Super Bright LEDs. I got some new fog light bulbs, of course LEDs from Super Bright LEDs. So let's get these bad boys put in there before we throw them in there. So to open the housings, to get the bulbs in and out, there's one screw here, one screw over here. Just want to remove those screws. This screw is just an adjustment screw. Don't really mess with that. Anyway, once you get those screws loosened up, the back will pop off right here. So after you remove the screws, this is what it looks like. A ground wire going to this metal piece, and there is a plug over here that I believe you plug the bulb into. So we're gonna pinch these in, bring them up. These are kind of like retainers for the bulbs, and then take our H3 bulbs from Super Bright LEDs. So these are pretty cool. You can see one has a round side, one has a square side, and on here we have right here, a round peg and a square peg. So makes it pretty easy to align where they go, just like that. And the reason why I chose Super Bright LEDs for this is because they have a great bulb finder. You just plug in your vehicle and then they'll have all the bulbs for interior, exterior, dash, anything you want in there. So it makes it super easy to find. But anyway, these retainers, just push it down just like so. And it's supposed to be a little tough so that the bulb does not have any room to move. And now we're gonna plug this bad boy in over here. And yeah, we can put this all back together. And now that we got our bulbs in there, as you can see here, on the actual lens itself, it says top. So meaning that it doesn't go like this. This is the top, and L or R. See, this one says L, this one says R on it, for right or left side of the car. So top L, this means this is driver's side, so this goes right on in there. So let's go ahead and throw them in there. Just feed the wires through the hole back there and set it up in there just like that. And then you're going to want to line up the holes and put your bolts in. And there we go. Got our new housing with new bulb reinstalled. So just do the same thing for the other side. So an often overlooked light bulb in most cars is the license plate lights. You know, something so small like that can really make a big difference, especially if you're going all LED and everything. Well, I have a perfect excuse because all of these, if you can see there, all of my license plate lights are burnt out anyway. So hopped over on Super Bright LEDs and got some new bulbs for those. So let's install new ones of these. So here you go. If you're wondering what they are, they're BA9Ss. So yeah, just like with every other bulb on this car, these you push in. See if I can do this one-handed here. And you twist out. There we go, just like that. Compare it to our new bulb here. Looks like it has the same base. Throw that one aside. Just have it in, just like that. Wiggle it, make sure it don't go nowhere. And that one's good. Now we do the same thing for the other one. So once you have them back on, just plump the little cover back over them, just like that. And then make sure there's kind of a little angle to this thing. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pointing kind of towards the camera right now. Or away from the camera, I should say. Right? I don't know if you can see that. It kind of like angles one way over the other. Just make sure that angle is going to be towards the actual license plate. Now, just throw in the bolts, as you can see there, little screws. Once you throw those in, tighten them all down, and you're good to go. Reinstall our little electrical connectors here. Brown, of course, being ground, and gray being power. So, now that you got all the electrical connectors back on, or turn on the lights. Sorry I don't have a before and after for you guys because both bulbs were burnt before I replaced them, so don't have a really good comparison, but let's see how these ones look. Boom! As you see here, we got our tail lights, but then we have a nice cool white license plate lights. You know, it's kind of hard to tell in the daytime when we turn the lights off. Kind of hard to tell, but a lot cleaner look, I would say. Good, on to the next. So now it's on to the front marker lights. And got it off the car here. How you replace these bulbs. There's, again, a little tab, just like on the rear marker lights. You pull back, just like this, and then jiggle it a little bit. And pull this whole thing on out. So, now that we have access to the bulb, these just push and twist. See if we can do this one-handed here. Just like that. Push and twist. Once you got it out, go ahead and replace them with some bulbs from Super Bright LEDs. So, as you can see here, I got amber ones. And I just think that matching like the color of the bulb, as you can see here, with the color of the housing that it's in, gives like a more rich and more good looking color to it. That's why I replaced the rear that's why I replaced the rear taillights and marker lights with red LEDs, just because it shines through a lot deeper, a lot richer of a color, and that just looks better to me. So orange through orange, gonna be a lot more rich, and it's going to look a lot better. So yeah, let's get these bad boys in. So installing them the reverse way of how they came off. This one's going to go on the other side. This one will go on this side. Put it through, kind of like this. And then you're going to have this on the back with these little nylon nuts on there to hold it in. I have new seals, so I will put a new seal on before I put it in there. But yeah, so with our new seals from Only 944 around these bad boys, and there we go. Got our front ones on here. Boom, boom. Now this is ready to go back on the car. But now, let's get our rear ones on. All right, now it's time to reinstall our marker lights here. So, again, the marker light seals from Only 944. Throw one of those on there and sauce it right back through the hole. So, once you got the light roughly pushed back in, when I get these say top on them right there, and you know, those goes towards the top. So, yeah, we're gonna put them on just like this. These are what holds it to the body, and then we have a little cover that are held on by those nylon nuts. So, yeah. So now that we got our little clamps tightened down and it nice and flush, we can take our bulb, again, a red one from Super Bright LEDs, and throw it in there. I find it easier to put the bulb in last, just because it gives you more room to work with and not having to worry about wires. And there we go. Once we got that on, I'm going to take our little cover here and throw it on top. So now that we got our cover and nylon nuts back on, I'm going to flop that bad boy back over, and we're done with that side. I'll just replicate it on this side. Now, looking at it from the back, things are pretty bright. Not overbearingly bright. Our license plate lights, rear side markers, tail lights, all of our dash lights and everything. And now we got all of our bulbs and everything done on the front valance piece. Yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like after I get it all installed and everything. Still waiting on a little turn signal. So once I get the turn signal in, then we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. So a little update. You're not gonna be able to get the middle bolt in on the top three here if you have the side markers in. So just have to take those off and put them in after the fact. Right now I'm using like a box to hold up the middle, and I put the back bolts in first. As you can see here, back bolts are in, and then I'm gonna work my way forward, finishing with these bolts here being the last one. So yeah, let's continue on. So coming underneath to our plugging in our fog lights here, we're gonna want to find the two. You can see here, there's two separate connectors, and then one will go on each prong. And if you have one, if you put it on and it doesn't turn on, then just take them out and flip-flop them, and that should work. So there we go, got the fog lights installed. Now we can reinstall our side markers and the front crash bumper bar thing. So before we put the front end back together with lights and stuff, I'm going to swap out our turn signal lenses here for new clear ones from only944.com. I have also new to me turn signal housings, because my other ones, the mounting tabs broke off of them because someone kind of had a mishap on the front end. Won't mention any names. I was just able to send an email to Mark Pleiman, and he got these things sent out to me for no charge at all. I just asked him if he could, give me just the housings, because I was going to replace the lenses with these clear ones anyway. Just needed the housings, and he said sure, but he included the housings as well, and he did not want me to pay for them. So yeah, huge thanks to Mark Pleiman for that. If you want to go check out Plyhammer's parts, he parts out a whole bunch of 944s and 928s and stuff like that. But yeah, I've bought multiple things from, like a lot of things from his site. He also does powder coating. So yeah, why don't you go check him out? I'll leave a link to his website down below. But yeah, now we're gonna get these new lenses on. They're quite simple, There's one screw there, and you pull it out. So new lenses in, but before we do that, we're gonna replace these bulbs with some switchback bulbs from Oxbeam. So as you can see here, these have two color diodes in them. Top one is orange, bottom one is white. And these they are marker lights, and they stay on as white marker lights. And then when you hit the turn signal, it'll flash between white and amber to do the turn signal. So they do recommend that you use resistors for these to prevent any hyperflash and stuff. And I think my circuits need a lot more resistance than cars of the normal era, just because my turn signals that I just put LEDs in are getting a little funky. They'll work when they're both turning on, but when you try to turn one on, there's not working too well. So if the resistors don't work to fix the turn signal circuit with these, I'll add some resistors to the rear turn signal circuit as well, to see if that'll work as well. But yeah, these just fit in how all the normal ones do. You push them in, twist them, pull them out. And yeah, new ones go in, push them, twist them, right on in. So let's get these in and then reinstall those, and I'll jump back to when we're putting them on the car. So here are the new housings. Look pretty, like a lot different. More black looking, which is kind of odd considering it's a clear lens. I thought it looked more white, but these are actually pretty clear. You can see the bulb back in there. But now it's the time to put these things on. And as you can see here, well, these are the old bolts. They are Phillips head screws, bolt things, and I just said screw those, and I'm going to replace them with actual bolts, just because these are easier to mess with than screws. With a Phillips head screwdriver, I can get a ratchet on there and ratchet it down instead of having to worry about rounding out the head of a screw and not being able to get it out again. So yeah, we're going to be replacing these with M4 bolts. And this one I believe is an M5. Yeah, let's get our turn signals on. So as you can see here, I got the front bar back on. When they're on the daytime running, they're white, just like that. And then when I switch to the turn signal, which I will do, you can see there, flashes fast, but that's better than not flashing at all, because it wasn't flashing at all when I started. So I'll let you. So what I did was, as you know, on this car, it's meant for bulbs that are from, 1984. So those bulbs are high resistance, and it's made to work with all the internal electronics. What I had to do was add in resistors on the front ones, and that seemed to fix the issue. I added resistors on the rear left one, and that one kind of acts funky sometimes, but I'll take them flashing fast than not flashing at all. So there you go, LED swap on this Porsche 944. So if you found this video informative, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. And remember, no matter your experience or your skill level, keep on improving.